Hi, it's Sean with Lux Landscape Lighting. I'm going to talk about adjusting lights. And we put landscape lighting in. A lot of people think, oh, good, I got my lighting in, it's all done. Looks great. A year later, it's like, it doesn't look as good as it used to. Things happen with the fixtures, so it's good to adjust the lights, make sure you're covering the area or the light is aimed where you want it. A couple tools you'll need. You probably have 2 screwdrivers, a slotted and a Phillips screwdriver, a mallet if I need to tighten up the stake, you want to tamp the dirt around it, and then we use a soil knife to help loosen up the soil so we can straighten the fixture. As you can see with this fixture, it's laying down on the ground, so it's lighting up the trunk real nice, but we want to light up the canopy. So what we need to do is take our screwdriver. This one takes a Phillips screwdriver, and there's a screw right down here at the knuckle. We'll loosen that up a little bit. Then we can take the lamp and move it up and down. So we're going to bring it this way a little bit. I like to keep them tilted a little bit, not straight up. That way when rain and dirt hits the glass down in here, it'll run off so you don't get dirt built up on top of the light. So you want a little bit of an angle so the water runs off of it. That looks good. Tighten the screw back up. Make sure you tighten it firmly. Jiggle it, it's nice and tight. So that takes care of the vertical axis. Now we want to look at horizontally, how's it covered, so we could twist the whole fixture back and forth. This one's lined up really nice with the trunk, so I don't need to make that adjustment. Let's go take a look at a couple other lights. So here we are at a path light. Path lights are used quite frequently in the landscape. I try to minimize my use of them because of this. Look how crooked that is, the Leaning Tower of Pisa going on here. But let's face it, the path light does a great job for what it does, for lighting this pathway here, putting the accent light down on the flower bed. So it's hard to get by not using them because they're such a great fixture for what they do. But they get crooked all the time. So this is almost an annual thing. You have to straighten them. What you don't want to do is grab the top of it and try to crank it back in place, because if you do that, you're going to break it down here at the bottom, and that's just not a good thing. If it does happen, if you break it, just call us. We can get it fixed for you. We can replace the stake and that on the bottom of it. But what you need to do in this situation, we like to take a soil knife, loosen up the dirt on the side where you need to tilt it to. Then we put this knife on the back side of the stake, and we use the knife to straighten up the fixture. Does that look good on your end? All right, good. I think so too. Then we'll take a mallet here, and we need to firm that dirt back up, because if we just leave it like this, you know what's going to happen? Back the way it was. We don't want that. So we want to keep it up straight. And then when we take our mallet, and we're going to tamp the dirt back in around it, so that it holds this nice straight position. Now this stake even has come up out of the ground a little bit, so if you're real careful, you can take your mallet. And again, we use plastic mallets with sand filled, so you don't want to use a metal one because you could break things. And we'll just tap this in the ground a little bit. I typically stand back from the fixture and look at it, make sure it's straight, but I'm going to stay in the camera today. But just take a look at it, make sure it's all straight, and when you're done, go on to the next one and fix that one too.